The British Constitution. A constitution is a set of principles by which a country is governed. It includes all of the institutions that are responsible for running the country and how their power is kept in check. The Constitution also includes laws and conventions. The British Constitution is not written down in any single document, and therefore it is described as unwritten. This is mainly because the UK, unlike America or France, has never had a revolution which led permanently to a totally new system of government. Our most important institutions have developed over hundreds of years. Some people believe that there should be a single document, but others believe an unwritten constitution allows for more flexibility and better government. Constitutional institutions. In the UK, there are several different parts of government. The main ones are the monarchy, Parliament, the House of Commons and the House of Lords, the Prime Minister, the Cabinet, the judiciary, courts, the police, the civil service, local government. In addition, there are devolved governments in Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland that have the power to legislate on certain issues.
The monarchy. King Charles III is the head of state of the United Kingdom and many other countries in the Commonwealth. The UK is a constitutional monarchy, meaning the king or queen does not govern the country but appoints the government, which the people have chosen through a democratic election. The leader of the party with the largest number of MPs, or the leader of a coalition of more than one party, is appointed as the Prime Minister by the monarch. The Prime Minister and the Cabinet make governmental decisions. However, the monarch can advise, warn and encourage the Prime Minister during their regular meetings. Queen Elizabeth II. Queen Elizabeth II ascended the throne in 1952 and celebrated the 60th anniversary of her accession, known as the Diamond Jubilee, in 2012. She was married to Prince Philip, the Duke of Edinburgh, until his death in 2021. King Charles III, the Prince of Wales, as the eldest son of Queen Elizabeth II, was the heir to the throne and became king in 2022 following Queen Elizabeth II's death. The king or queen's role in the annual opening of a new parliamentary session, during which they deliver a speech outlining the government's policies for the upcoming year, is a significant ceremonial duty. All acts of Parliament are enacted in their name. The sovereign provides stability and continuity and symbolises national identity and pride, representing the UK to the rest of the world. The King also receives foreign ambassadors and high commissioners, visits heads of state, undertakes state visits overseas to foster political and economic relationships with other countries. The national anthem. God Save the King is the national anthem of the UK, played at important national occasions and events attended by the King or members of the royal family. The first verse is as follows. God save our gracious King, long live our noble King. God save the King, send him victorious, happy and glorious, long to reign over us, God save the King. New citizens must pledge the oath or affirmation of allegiance to the King during the citizenship ceremony. The citizenship ceremony. Oath of allegiance. I, your name, swear by Almighty God that on becoming a British citizen, I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to His Majesty King Charles III, his heirs and successors, according to law. Affirmation of allegiance. I, your name, do solemnly, sincerely and truly declare and affirm that upon becoming a British citizen, I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to His Majesty King Charles III, his heirs and successors, according to law.
System of government. The system of government in the UK is a parliamentary democracy. The UK is divided into parliamentary constituencies. Voters in each constituency elect their Member of Parliament, MP, in a general election. All of the elected MPs form the House of Commons. Most MPs belong to a political party, and the party with the majority of MPs forms the government. If one party does not get a majority, Two parties can join together to form a coalition. The Houses of Parliament, one of the centres of political life in the UK and a World Heritage Site. The House of Commons. The House of Commons is regarded as the more important of the two chambers in Parliament because its members are democratically elected. The Prime Minister and almost all the members of the Cabinet are members of the House of Commons MPs. Each MP represents a parliamentary constituency, which is a small area of the country. Members of Parliament have a number of different responsibilities. They represent everyone in their constituency, help to create new laws, scrutinise and comment on what the government is doing, debate important national issues. The House of Lords. Members of the House of Lords, known as peers, are not elected by the people and do not represent a constituency. The role and membership of the House of Lords has changed over the last 50 years. Until 1958, all peers were hereditary, which means they inherited their title, or senior judges or bishops of the Church of England. Since 1958, the Prime Minister has had the power to nominate peers just for their own lifetime. These are called life peers. They have usually had an important career in politics, business, law, or another profession. Life peers are appointed by the monarch on the advice of the Prime Minister. They also include people nominated by the leaders of the other main political parties, or by an independent appointments commission for non-party peers. Since 1999, hereditary peers have lost the automatic right to attend the House of Lords. They now elect a few of their number to represent them in the House of Lords. The House of Lords is normally more independent of the government than the House of Commons. It can suggest amendments or propose new laws, which are then discussed by MPs. The House of Lords checks laws that have been passed by the House of Commons to ensure they are fit for purpose. It also holds the government to account to make sure that it is working in the best interests of the people. There are peers who are specialists in particular areas, and their knowledge is useful in making and checking laws. The House of Commons has powers to overrule the House of Lords, but these are not used often. The Speaker. Debates in the House of Commons are chaired by the Speaker. This person is the chief officer of the House of Commons. The Speaker is neutral and does not represent a political party, even though he or she is an MP, represents a constituency, and deals with constituents' problems like any other MP. The Speaker is chosen by other MPs in a secret ballot. The Speaker keeps order during political debates to make sure the rules are followed. This includes making sure the opposition has a guaranteed amount of time to debate issues which it chooses. The Speaker also represents Parliament on ceremonial occasions. Elections. UK elections. Members of Parliament are elected at a general election, which is held at least every 5 years. If an MP dies or resigns, there will be a fresh election, called a by-election, in his or her constituency. Members of Parliament are elected through a system called first past the post. In each constituency, the candidate who gets the most votes is elected. The government is usually formed by the party that wins the majority of constituencies. If no party wins a majority, two parties may join together to form a coalition. European Parliamentary elections. Elections for the European Parliament are also held every 5 years. Elected members are called members of the European Parliament, MEPs. Elections to the European Parliament use a system of proportional representation, where seats are allocated to each party in proportion to the total number of votes it has won. Contacting elected members. All elected members have a duty to serve and represent their constituents. You can get contact details for all your representatives and their parties from your local library and from www.parliament.uk. MPs, Assembly members, members of the Scottish Parliament, MSPs, and MEPs are also listed in the phone book, published by BT and in Yellow Pages. You can contact MPs by letter or telephone at their constituency office, or at their office in the House of Commons. The House of Commons, Westminster, London. SW 1 A0AA. Telephone 020 772 93000. In addition, many MPs, Assembly members, MSPs and MEPs hold regular local surgeries, where constituents can go in person to talk about issues that are of concern to them. These surgeries are often advertised in the local newspaper. Check that you understand. How democracy has developed in the UK, what a constitution is and how the UK's constitution is different from those of most other countries. The role of the monarch. The role of the House of Commons and House of Lords. What the Speaker does. How the UK elects MPs and MEPs.